Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi says, قال رسول الله يوما لأصحابه. The Prophet one day he was sitting on the minbar and he was speaking to his companions. And then he asked them, أيكم يصوم الدهر? Which one of you fasts every day? Pin drop silence. Salman al-Farisi stands. قال أنا يا رسول الله. And then he sits down. And you can imagine the Sahaba are looking like, what is this guy talking about? The Prophet then says, فَأَيُّكُمْ يُحْيِي اللَّيْلِ? Which one of you spends the entire night in worship every night? Salman al-Farisi stands up. قال أنا يا رسول الله. He sits down. Then the Prophet says, فَأَيُّكُمْ يَخْتِمُ الْقُرْآنَ فِي كُلِّ يَوْمٍ? Which one of you reads the entire Quran every day? Salman al-Farisi stands, says, أَنَا يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. The narration says, فَغَضِبَ أَصْحَابُهُ. The Sahaba became angry. And they said to the Prophet, يا رسول الله إن سلمان رجل من الفرس يريد أن يفتخر علينا. You know, Arabs, they're very prideful. They say, يا رسول الله, Salman, he's this Persian guy. He's trying to boast and prove that he's superior to us. What does the Prophet say? What does the Prophet say to people who insult Salman? The Prophet says, meh. He says, be quiet. If someone insults Salman, and this is what the Prophet says, what does Rasulullah do to those who insult Ali ibn Abi Talib? He says, meh, quiet. Salman is like Luqman. If you want to know why he made those statements, ask him. You think Salman is my student. Salman is the student of Ali ibn Abi Talib. Salman, he says. So the Sahaba, they say, Salman, you claim to fast every day. We saw you some days eating. Salman says, سَمِعْتُ حَبِيبِ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. I heard the beloved messenger say. First, actually, he quotes the Quran. He says, Allah says, مَنْ جَاءَ بِالْحَسَنَةِ فَلَهُ عَشْرُ أَمْثَالِهَا. When you do a good deed, Allah multiplies it by 10. I fast 3 days every month, and Allah multiplies it by 10, and I have the thawab of fasting the entire month. They said, Salman, but you also claim that you worship Allah all night, every night. And we saw you some nights sleeping, because we traveled together on jihad, we see you sleeping. قال سمعت حبيبي رسول الله. I heard my beloved Rasulullah say, من بات على طهر فكأنما أحيا الليل كله وأنا أبيت على طهر. I heard the Prophet say, whoever sleeps in a state of wudu, they receive the thawab of ibadah the entire night. They say, but Salman, you also claim that you recite the Quran from cover to cover every day. And to be able to do that, you have to recite all day. And we see that there are some times where you're quiet, you're silent, you're not reciting. And look at what Salman says. قال سمعت حبيب رسول الله يقول لعلي. I heard the Prophet one day say to Ali ibn Abi Talib, يا أبا الحسن مثلك في أمتي مثل قل هو الله أحد. Oh Ali, the example of you in my ummah is the example of قل هو الله أحد, Surah Al-Ikhlas. فمن قرأها مرة فقد قرأ ثلث القرآن. Whoever reads Surah قل هو الله أحد once, it is like reading 1/3 of the Quran. Whoever recites قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ 2 times, it is as though they have recited 2/3 of the Quran. And if they recite Surah قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ 3 times, they receive the thawab of reciting the entire Quran.